Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back, people, to another episode of the EPL review show. This is week 6. And trust me, people, it was one to remember, especially if you're an Arsenal fan. Basically, everything that could have gone right went right for the Gunners this week. Liverpool lost, Chelsea lost, Manchester United lost, Man City won. Tottenham draw with the worst team in the league this season. And Arsenal, of course, went to St. James Park, slapped them away late in the game as well. Best feeling in the world when you win a game in injury time. And Arsenal got the job done, people. So big up to each and every one of you. First thing you don't know, we are on YouTube, people. So you have to make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. That is the best way to support the channel, support the person that you're watching, right? Um, so yeah, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If this is your first time here, of course, subscribe. If you found the channel just because you love football, then that was a great thing to happen to you because here, football is the key. Yes, that's how we talk about people. We talk football, we break it down, we analyze it, we banter, we have fun, we cuss, we happy, we vex. Yes, all the emotions always going to be brought out when you're talking about ball game. Yes, people, big up to Red Skull in the building. Big up yourself, my brother. You missed the predictions this week, but I'm glad to say you're there tonight, people. Yeah, man, I'm glad to say you're there, Red Skull. We got a whole lot of reasoning. Big up to Jagarns. Maximum respect each and every time. Always checking in, always there. People keep saying we have the best squad, but honestly, Man City and Chelsea have a good squad too. 28 players. Yeah, so I would agree with you with the City more than the Chelsea, only because I don't think Chelsea, with all them players, can field a very good back four. I don't see it. I don't see them have a ability to do that, you know. So I think that's going to hold them back. Man City, you could argue their back four is kind of shaky as well. They have options, yes, but you know, I don't know. I don't know. City have a good team still. Very, very good team. Now some injuries and it don't really matter right now. Bless up DJ Gigs. Wagwan. We're there. We're there. Hope all is well with you, my boss. Yeah, man, we're there. So people, you don't know, we're gonna reveal the weekly review. We're gonna reveal the review show. The not the review show, sorry. We're gonna reveal the prediction table and the standings. So we have a winner for this week. So yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna reveal the winner, and also, of course, we're gonna reveal the worst pick or the worst picker for the week. They will become the donkey of the week, right? So people, stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of fun in this show. Talk about all the games. Of course, 10 fixtures took place from Saturday straight through to today. So we're gonna talk about all of them, go through all of them in order. Talk about things that I thought was important from the games. There were some controversial referee decisions this week, so we're gonna break all of that down. Break down what we saw from coaches, players, whatever we feel like is important to talk about. We're going to talk about it tonight. All right, people. So as the place are going, take time and the people them know so we're live. Remember, if you are subscribed, just turn on your bell notifications just to ensure that you are notified when the content has started or if I drop a video. All right, people, please, that's very important. That way you guys know. You don't know my thing. EPL shows, you're gonna get them night before the first game, night of the last game. But then the other content that we bring out, sometimes we just have to work off of the time we have because I don't know. Mans is working, mans have a family, mans have children that are very active, and we make sure keep them active as well. So we have to give time to a lot of different things, and we can't just sit down and make YouTube content every day, all day, right? Hopefully, if you guys keep liking, sharing, and subscribing, then one day that can be reality. See, but if not, you don't know. This is how it's gonna have to go, and we have no problem with that. See, so big up to each and every one of you loyal ones who there every week and I take in the reasoning. You don't know, this is a thing we actually enjoy doing, so it's not that difficult. You just talk about the ball game, them turn on the camera, engage with the fan base, and yeah, we all have the convo. See, so first thing we want to do, anybody where they are watching the video upon the replay, just drop a 3 in the comment section if your side get 3 points. Drop some threes, people. Drop some threes. Let me write chi 3. I'm put my 3, people. I know about some guys and girls, Yeah, man, I know about Uno. My 3 is in the comment section. I don't know. So hold on there. How me is not a moderator for my own channel? How that possible? How is that possible, people? Red Skull put him 3. Dragons put him 3. At Chile, I mean. Chile get him 3 this week. Bless up, Chile. All right, so people, we're not hitching up. We're going right into the football, because that's why we're here, people. That's why we are here. All right, so let's go to the Premier League. I don't know, people. The FPL check-in will also take place at the end of the show. Stick around for that. I will show you guys how my team fared this week in the various leagues, the draft leagues I'm in, and the fantasy, traditional fantasy game. I have a few leagues we're in, so I want to see how the progress going. Don't know. Had a decent start to the season. We're going to see if we kept it going this week, people. All right, so stay tuned for that. All who want to see my side and, might get some ideas. All right, so let's go straight away now to the first matchup. And it was for me personally, it was a great start. For me personally, it was a great start to the weekend. At the GTech Stadium where this one took place. It was Brentford hosting Manchester United. Now we're getting very, very close, people, to the international window. So this weekend, especially, all of them, but this one, I was very, very keen to see who got minutes, who didn't get minutes. So the first thing, of course, Brentford playing in the morning. Where's my boy Pinnock? So Pinnock, as you can see, on the bench, did not come on the pitch in this particular fixture, but he's fit, he's on the bench. So that's a good sign, right? But he did not get any minutes. So anyway, now we're going to move into the football. So this game ended, as you can see, 3-1. Brentford started out with a brace from Igor Thiago. Sad to say, I had him in my draft league and I got rid of him right before this window, before this week. So definitely, that's like your worst fear when you get rid of a player and that next week that you see them play, them score a brace or a hat trick or 2 assists or whatever. So yeah, I was very, very upset with that. Setko was able to pull one back to make it 2-1. And it pretty much stayed that way until very, very late on when Matthias Jensen off the bench came in, and somehow I still don't understand how Altai Bayender didn't save the ball or get a hand to it or anything. I don't know. It had some movement. It was well struck. But to me, it was just shambles goalkeeping. And of course, it would be remiss of me not to mention that Bruno Fernandes had another penalty saved. Well, he missed one, and this one got saved by Kelleher. So, yeah, that could have made it 2-2, could have made the game very different. To be fair to United, in that spell when they got the penalty as well, they were playing the better football. They had kind of sorted out the direct tactics from Brentford for that spell, and they were looking dangerous in their play. And yeah, that goal could have changed things, but in the end, it wasn't to be. And United, I thought after that penalty, they really didn't threaten enough, for the team that needed to get the goal to get the point. And in the end, on a counter, Jensen made Bayern look silly in goal. So this one ended 3-1. Manchester United, after a big win against Chelsea, had them feeling good. I heard one fan in particular telling me about how many points they were from top 4 and all this madness. But yeah, they were, I think some fans of United, I wouldn't say they were overlooking Brentford, but at the same time they were like, well, we just beat Chelsea, so must can get something from Brentford, at least, win the game or whatever the case. And yeah, it wasn't the case. They got smacked up 3-1. Look, but let's talk about the main thing, right? And it has to be Ruben Amorim. So Ruben Amorim, people, we're gonna check some things about Ruben Amorim. So Ruben Amorim, as you can see, has been in charge for 49 games now at Manchester United. He's basically about a month away from being there for a year. He has 19 wins, 9 drawn games, and 21 defeats. So he has more losses than wins, right? I saw a crazy stat that I don't know how this is possible, but I saw a stat where it said Sunderland currently have 12 points. And that's obviously since the Premier League start. And Amorim has, wait, is them have 12 or 11? Whatever them have, maybe 11. And I think Amorim has like 13 or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the stats was, but I just know saying, wow, from November last year to now, and one team is from this season start to now. And like, I think Amorim had like a 1-point lead on them or something like that, or even was losing by 1. I just know it was a mad stat. I wish I'd captured it so I could show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, it's a mad stat that Sunderland have more points than Amorim from start manage United in the league. I don't know how that's possible still, but I saw the stat and I was like, wow, if that's true, that's crazy. How was I supposed to know this was the start of a special Saturday? Just we won 3-1. Great. Igor Thiago pissed me off though, man. The man scored early in the season, don't nothing for 3 games, 4 games, whatever it was. And then forward with a brace. But sure, no, man. Don't ever drop a striker that's about to play Manu, bro. Don't do it. Bruno forget him hop and skip approach and his missed penalty kick. Yeah, but speaking of that, did he do that for the one against Fulham that he missed? I had one blessings, After last week, I would not start Pinnock either. It was a Follyfield own goal. Yeah, and to be fair, he had some decent moments in that game, but to be honest, he had some ropey moments as well. So yeah, it was very up and down for sure. For sure, for sure. Yep, 5 for City. That is true. As I say, Red Skull say it, one say people say we have the best team, but City and Chelsea, them have some very good lineups as well. But Ruben Amorim is tough. I heard something about if they sack him before November 1st, it's like a big payout, a bunch of millions and everything. It's almost, somebody floated the idea around the conspiracy theorists that, he's well aware of that clause. And he's like, look, I know this ain't going to work, but let me accelerate this process. I don't think that's true. I think, he would want to not have losses on this record and his resume. I'm sure in his heart of hearts, he would want to turn it around at United, but don't know if he'll get that chance, people, because they are so inconsistent, this Manchester United team. Like I said, they had some good spells in this game. When you look at the statistics even, right? When you look at the stats, Brentford definitely made it tell more. But look at that expected goals. United had more. I mean, it's close, but they had more. So it suggests the game was closer than a 3-1. Big chances. Look at all those chances they're giving up, though. 6. They did create their 4 on their own. But I would venture to say that Brentford probably triple, at least double, the most big chances they had in any game so far this year in this one game. I haven't looked that up, people, but I bet you. Somebody who want to challenge that, challenge it. So Manchester United, you see where the ball is in the middle third wide, not getting the ball into the final third enough. Um, you see the total shots United had more, 2 more on target for Brentford though. You see neither team was overly clinical in the game. United only converting one of their 4 big chances. Obviously the penalty being one of those. Entries Brentford had more. So you see they were getting it into that final third more frequently. And Manchester United, I think you're right. So you look at some of the stats, and most of those final action stats, the dribbles, the final third entries, shots on target, it's all dominated, well, not dominated, but Brentford was better in those departments. And you look at the field, you look at the players, right? And this is what I want to figure out. Like, how much of this is really Amorim and how much of this is just like, look at these players. Bayern is not a Premier League starting goalkeeper for any team, any reputable team. Luke Shaw is finished out here. Telling you, it's not. I can't believe that it's the year it is, and Luke Shaw is playing left centre back for United in a back three. Harry Maguire. I don't know, man. He's a strange one because when he's on it, he's not terrible. I mean, he's not the best in the world. I know this, but I don't know. He's not that good. He's very slow. Matthias de Ligt, I feel sorry for him sometimes because I don't think he's that bad. But I think in the structure and the people around him, he's gonna be made to look ordinary. Bruno Fernandes, of course, is skewed by the missed penalty, but he didn't have a very good game. Uarte, he looked like he might be something, but the more and more I see him in this United setup, I'm not seeing it. Diogo Dallo, probably one of their more consistent players over this stretch of poor finishes and everything. But then again, a United fan will tell me, an Arsenal fan, that they have won trophies and they have something to show for these years when they have been not so good in the league. But I always go back to the point of I don't know if a trophy would suffice if my team was looking like how United is looking at the moment. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I guess when you're debating with someone about a topic like your teams, you're gonna want to push the argument towards somewhere that you feel more comfortable. So, of course, if a United fan is talking to an Arsenal fan, the best conversation to start is the trophy conversation. But that doesn't stop you from having to watch your team play on the weekend each and every week. So keep winning your debates and just know when the weekend forward, you're probably going to be sad. All right. Cunha, Mbumo, new recruits, and Sesko got on the score sheet for the first time. So big up to Sesko getting his first goal. Took him like 3 times to get it in there, but he got it in. Past Keller eventually. But it's not quite clicking for the United players all the way. They could have been more clinical in this game. That is definitely true. But Keller made some big saves, obviously saved the penalty and some other open play chances as well. And I just feel like Manchester United, they look at the bench, what he went to. He brought on Euro for Huarte, brought on Kobe for Maguire. So basically put Kobe in midfield with Bruno Fernandes, which is kind of suicidal, but you're going for the game at that point. And then Mason Mount and Xerxes came on. So you're looking for a goal in this fixture. You're bringing on Xerxes in the 85th minute. Why not bring him on earlier than that? Could have came on when Menu came on. So that's why the conspiracy theories are saying This man want to get the sack before that November time, you know, so money can better. Rico Henry did get some time off the bench, I must mention. 75th minute he came on, looked decent as well. Look a bit sharper than when I saw him first play. I think he got a start a few weeks back. But yeah, it looks like he's regaining his sharpness, his quickness. As you know, Rico Henry is a rapid player. So you know, that sprint, that spring in the step, that burst look like it is coming back now. So he'll be definitely having an eye on that left back position there. And I don't think any of these players on Brentford have really nailed down that spot. I know Keane Lewis Potter was being used there a lot by the previous manager. But since this manager, Keith Andrews, has come in, it's really been by committee. You know, Rico got a start. This one was Hickey in this one, you know. So, you know, I think this is a position that he could potentially get back into the first spot in that pecking order, just based on the little I saw from him in this game when he came on, in terms of just the different speed it looked like he was playing at. I don't know if you guys noticed that too. Yeah, no 007 for him. I'm lucky. Him get to it. If you have a midfield two of Bruno and Huerta, you can't really do much. That's true. And I think in the first game against Arsenal, what was helping them was who wasn't playing then? Okay, I think Cunha played striker, but Mount was playing one of those roles, and he really just throughout that game when he was on the pitch, he just dropped back into and made it a 3, and it was much more manageable for them. But you know, with Cunha and Mbuemo there, you know, neither one of them really gonna do that. So that's where I think the issue lies. You know, he might have to sacrifice a bit of that attacking and try to solidify that too. Amorim need to play Ahmad at left and drop Mbuemo. But Mbuemo play on the right, Red Skull. So, what that would I do? That wouldn't do anything to drop Mbuemo. Unless you mean play Ahmad where Mbuemo is basically. I think Ahmad had some family stuff going on, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, he wasn't there. The new Manu keeper, Anana, which you think is a better keeper? Onana better than Bind there, brother. Sorry. I know he make a whole heap of mistake and thing, and him head kind of gone right now, but Bind there will never reach the levels that Onana was at his best. You know, it ain't happening. Something wrong with Onana now though. Like it trying to think of a play. All right, you remember Fultz that got drafted? And when the man get drafted, him couldn't even make a free throw, never even know how to shoot again. Him farm, mess up, and yeah, man, that's what something like that reach Onana, man. Him in him head right now. Him need a what you call it now? Him need something, but something wrong with him. Bless up Sheridan, what go on? We are do up them hours, yeah. You know, he's a man start your day super early, you know. We say just play Ahmad anyway. Just play him. But he wasn't there, Red Skull, so that wasn't really his fault this time. We can't beat him for that. They have a family emergency. Yeah, the now keeper make a whole heap of mistake. I mean, it's pretty much like you get rid of one, forget one, we're gonna give you the same mistakes. I'd rather keep the one that I've at least seen reach a level and maybe just try my best to coach him up and make him get some confidence and something. You know, but maybe the profile of him and it get toxic around him, you know. But at the same time, if this brother keep this stuff up, him not going to be on the fans' good side. You know, that will change fast. Why them not try the new signing? Yeah, actually at this point, the only way I'm not play him is if the man, this brother that was playing, just start playing incredible. And he has not been playing incredible. Yo, the last goal was score. I want you explain to me how the man don't get anything on that ball. Even if it a knuckle and do all kind of things. You know, your hand don't touch it at all. Not even a glance or nothing. How you miss the ball completely from that shot. Big up Sheridan. Big up Sheridan every time. Yeah, man. Hope all is well with you and the fam. Remember, he not match fit Chile. Yeah, exactly. No, no, no. Oh, the keep, brother. Which keeper and match fit? Yo, the keeper not a match fit, brother. I like him. I really run around and them thing there. Our way I say skull like make him take him time and get used to whatever. Bro, them professional here nowadays. Them ready for things, man. Play the man. Cause this guy is not it either. Better you play him and see where I'm up to. Yeah, him nah run. Yeah, worry about match fitness and them something there. Brother. Like, I mean, for a goalkeeper, you want sharpness as well, but like the way you put that skull, you can't pre it that way because it's not like, yeah, it's not like him really a run out and it's different. All right, so another game that made my day and my week lovely was Chelsea versus Brighton. Now, this particular game, people, I think going into it, Chelsea fans were looking for that bounce back. Obviously they had the disappointment of the week before. Sanchez gets the red card. And basically, maybe it was a gift or a curse for Chelsea. I'm not sure which one. That they had an AFL Cup game, and that way Sanchez was able to play in this particular game. Now, he was back, and he definitely didn't cover himself in glory in this game. As you can see, Chalaba got the red card early in the second half, and it was really due to a mistake by Andre Santos, if we're being fair. And that's the thing about stats. That's crazy because there's nothing in his stats, I bet you, that says anything about. And need to add a piece of this that's an error leading to red card, because it never led to a goal, it never led to a shot, but it led to the moment that pretty much changed the game in the wrong way for Chelsea. So Andre Santos play a loose back pass and Chalaba pretty much got tangled up with the striker, and he had to get his marching orders. So Chelsea, this is I think the story sometimes of Chelsea when I watch them. If they don't get the goals early, and it goes back to what I was saying about them not being able to feel a proper back four. Now we see the injury list; it is super long. So you have one, two. Those are two centre backs that arguably, if fit, could have started, right? You have Josh, the youngster, Achampong. You have Badia Shield as well, finally fit enough to get on the bench. And Colwell with a long term. So even if all of those guys are there, I'm telling you, you still struggle to get at that. To me, the centre back area is what their issue is right now. And somebody like Badia Shield, he ain't good enough. Ato Jury still out. My baller from Netherlands, but I think at this stage him look more comfortable in a three or playing left back. So maybe it's a case where Maresca have to tweak and play more like Amorim because some of them defenders I think would function better in a three. But I know he's a 4-3-3 guy, so it probably won't change. But yeah, that would be my little suggestion because I don't think you have a pairing that is good enough at the moment. But what's going to be interesting for them is, now Chalaba is on this red card. Where does he go from there? Where does he go from there in terms of who he plays? Because a lot of these guys are out, but their shield is just coming back. Um, you know, Fofana, Tosin out. I think they're both more than likely will be out. So Josh, who came on and had a nightmare himself in this game. So you look at the defense for Chelsea, and it's four guys, including the goalkeeper, that got on the field, ended up with 5 point something. That's mad. But Brighton, let me big them up. You remember we were talking before the game, Gomez did score 4 goals in the cup. Well, the coach rewarded him with a start. It never really kicked off for him in this one, but I forget the coach him respect for doing that. Um, Yeah. But yeah, Brighton, they did the thing. Hurtsela, he didn't do his usual double sub at halftime, but he rung in the changes by the 67th. He had made 3 changes, and Danny Welbeck, the most influential of them all. But I think FIFA and Gruda did very well when they came on. Just added a different dimension to the movement and the attack. And I thought Chelsea, once they got the red card, I thought they almost were disrespecting Brighton. Now they were trying to play still. So it was strange. It was strange from Maresca, some of the decisions. Then you look at his substitution. So last time they got a red card, we're really kind of killing him for the subs. In this one, I want to know from the Chelsea massive what he thought about his substitution. So he only made 1 sub. So I thought that was an improvement last time. He went to the 2 subs and then made a third, 4th sub for Palmer. But in this one, he took off Santos, who I think it's one of those things where I think Maresca probably took him off, probably because he just made that mistake. But I don't know if that's the best way to do it. I hope that's not why he took him off. I hope he didn't choose him because of that reason. Maybe of course they're tracking their sprints and how much they're moving. Maybe he stopped covering the ground like he was earlier in the game. Then Malagusto came on for Estevao, so he went like a lot more defensive with that sub there. Even though Gusto is versatile, he's more of a defender. And then once Welbeck and Gruda came on, I think that's when the game kind of flipped. And by the time Minte put that quality cross in for Welbeck, then it just kind of felt like Chelsea was wavering a bit. The Kuiper got the next one, and then Welbeck again with the third after some good play. Really and truly, just another giveaway by Chelsea. Good pressure, and Brighton just played the correct passes to get in and finish. So Danny Welbeck did his thing, brace off the bench. Chelsea basically going down to 3 second half goals. Welbeck in the 77th, the Kuiper in the 92nd, and Danny Welbeck again in the 100th minute of the game. So Chelsea bought them 2 weeks in a row. This time losing to Brighton 3-1. And yeah, I don't think, let me see, did anybody pick this game like that? Maybe not 3-1, but actually, big up yourself. You got this one 3-2. You went to Brighton in this one. So you're one of the few. I had one as well. Big up yourself. You got that one as well. And I don't think anybody else went for the Brighton win, just them 3 there. So congrats to you guys, man. Look. Nope. Everybody go. Oh, Biggs G. Big up yourself, Biggs G. One more. One more. So yeah, a few of you. The majority of us people will never call this one. So 3-1 to Brighton. I know people when they was holding the reason say, boy, I know Cole Palm right now go on. But yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Then again, buying there not much fit either. For real. Them are saving for next week or after international break. Remember, them don't want him for up and then people go blame what kind of keeper them buy. Why eventually judgment day go forward in the Red Skull. They can delay it all they want. The new Red Card FC, boy, I tell you. Cause remember, them there so side young and Arteta now control them. So you see if them give the same energy now. Cause Chelsea side young too. I mean, not for the ball of them experience, but it's a young side based on age, for the most part. Remember, the fan base is toxic, so them are gonna make sure him ready. Because if he F up too, people are gonna blame Amarim and the whole scouting department for this keeper who is young and have less experience. True Red say Ismail Assar always scores against us. Yeah, man, Palace is becoming a little slight bogey team, for you guys. True Reds, what you say? I think so. It's a bit of a bogey at this point. All right, so Moving right along, Chelsea going down 3-1. Hurtsela, big up yourself. Just need a little more consistency from this coach, and I think him can go to another coaching level, you know. Like sometimes when it clicks for Brighton, it looks nice. It looks real nice. The passing and the patterns, you know, the movement. All right, next fixture, people. Crystal Palace taking on Liverpool. What a segue from True Reds. Thank you. Big up, Jordan. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Man say, oh, True Reds it gone. No more Jordan Hyman, you know? Big up same way, Jordan, in the building. Yeah, man, so Crystal Palace 2, Liverpool 1, people. Remember what I told you when I started the show, what this weekend was like? How it started out so great. It just kept on happening, people. So this game was at the same time. And the first half, I was looking more at the Chelsea game. And in the second half, I flipped over because I said, wait, them not equalize yet. Because when you get the notification, you know, and you see, say, boy, the team playing Liverpool scores, I don't even have a reaction anymore because the inevitable must have them score back and probably all the next 30 minutes after that them gone in front. You know, but what I did was I had two devices going. So I was watching the way it named there. I was watching one on one device I was watching the Chelsea game and one device I was watching the Liverpool game. But as the game progressed now, I said, all right, look, I will watch back the Chelsea game, but I want to watch the Liverpool game. No. So, you know, once it got to let me see when. You see when they brought on they never come on. Yeah. When they made this song, when they took off Isak and brought on the youngster, for some strange reason, I was like, yo, it's a forward now because I just felt like he was going to do something. Anyway, the pressure did tell. And yes, I got a scuff shot to go in the 87th minute. And then from there now, I was like, all right, so I'm going to put up on the board 100,000 minutes and Liverpool going to find the goal. Now, the crazy thing is, they gave 6 additional minutes, you know. But somehow Nketiah scoring in the 97th, right? And trust me, I was happy. I was happy because Liverpool was gonna lose, and I was happy because it was Eddie. Of all the people on Crystal Palace, it was actually Eddie and Nketiah. Jeez. Everyone and their mama is injured for Chelsea. That was my rational team in shambles. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that, and I was basically saying I feel like they're gonna have enough quality to still get a result because Brighton isn't the most stingy team in the world when it comes down to defending. And Verbergen is very hit or miss. Either him play well or him play crap. So, I just took my chances with Chelsea at the bridge getting to pull it off. And to be honest, in the first half, they deserve more than the one. So yeah, you just can't let teams in the Premier League stick around, you know. I'm shocked, sir. I'm shocked Eddie scored against us. Break our unbeaten run. Yeah, man. Can say no invincible for you. I just Palace can be invincible still. Palace pushed down Liverpool this week saying that they're trying to move too fast when Palace seems to have them ticket. You see it. That ballet move to pull his foot onside was a beautiful sight to behold. IQ up, man. I tell you. No, that's real. So yeah. Um Eddie and Ketia, man, got the job done. But let's take a look. Let's take a serious look into this now. I've been saying, that Liverpool, and to be fair to Liverpool fans, most of them saying this as well, that we're not playing our best. But you can see that way in the metrics that matter the most. Like big chances and shots on target and things like that. Them always have an advantage. And my whole argument was, you see this side right here, because it's Crystal Palace side. They gave up 7 big chances in this game. Palace could have been up like, brother, no exaggeration. Palace could have been up about 3-0. Easy, easy, easy. And I'm being generous. But it wasn't meant to be, and I never put the game away, and that's why I kept feeling that Liverpool was going to win. But when you look at it, Liverpool dominate possession, but the expected goals much higher for Crystal Palace. 7 big chances to 6. You see the total shots right there. Corners, Liverpool had more, way more pass attempts, of course. Palace putting in the tackles, but 7 on target for Palace, only 4 on target for Liverpool. So the total shots, yes, but shots on target, the ones that could actually score, 7-4 there. Both teams hit the woodwork one time. But yeah, this was a very good game, entertaining. I think Glasner just has them like understanding exactly what their roles are. There's no guessing when they also have the ability to transition very quickly if they pick the right pass. And yeah, they definitely look like a team, good value for where they are. I mean, they're unbeaten still, so they have 3 wins and 3 draws. And they're right there. They're right there. They're what 3 points off Liverpool, who they beat. And yeah, the possession is one thing, but when your expected goals are almost a full of one more, then you are good value for at least getting the victory. So 2-1 to Crystal Palace. I don't think people can you know, be too upset with it. Honestly, I think Liverpool fans, just with the nature of it and how late it was they'd probably be really upset. But brother, if you watch this game, I don't think Palace deserve to win. Then you just bias. But yeah, this game right here, I think a couple of things was interesting to me. Konate was doing madness some of the time. I don't know what was wrong with him in the first half, especially. But yeah, the interesting call was, Verts off the left and not Gakpo, and they went with McAllister, Gravenberch, and Soboslai in the midfield. So I remember asking, when everybody is actually fit and available, where does Verts play? Because the way Liverpool played, Soboslai does a lot of work going back and helping out. So this player in the central area will have to do more work, I think, than in certain other systems. And then when you factor in that Mo is on one side, I think Gakpo, it's not his favorite thing to do, but he will run back and provide some cover. With Verts, not that he won't do it, but I think Gakpo is a little more forceful and stuff when he does those actions. Verts is a lot more finesse with with everything that he does, for the most part. So it's gonna be interesting, honestly, as we go forward, like what he's gonna do. Also with Isak, it's clear to me, I don't know if others see this, it's clear to me that Isak is not quite, is not quite 100. It just don't look like the real Isak yet. I think he will be better for sure. I don't think this is just what we're going to see from him from now on, or none of that. I just feel like it's not really clicking. So I think it will be welcome to get back Ekitike for this next one. You know, the shot. I don't think you can shatter Isak confidence. I think Isak knows who he is. So that being said, I wouldn't worry about how he feels. I would just go ahead and say, hey, we're gonna start. My boy, the name. We're gonna start Ekitike, and you gonna get a 30-minute or whatever the case is, and just let him kind of get back in the groove. But he might start next week because Champions League I think is back. So yeah, he's probably gonna start probably on the weekend, I would think, or maybe he starts him again in the Champions League and see what happens. I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting to see what Slot does moving forward because one of Gakpo Verts probably gonna have to bench, and who what consistency do you do that with? Is it a case where you could always bench? This season, I would say McAllister would be the one you bench, but some Liverpool fans say that would be madness. You play Sobo and Gravenberch a little deeper in the midfield, and then you play Verts central, you play Gakpo left, same way. But him have options. Kirk is another poor one. Salah dropped him in fantasy, was turned out to be a decent decision. 5.9, we can miss 2 big chance. So yeah, I mean, Both teams in the end had a bag of chances. 7-6 it was, right? Yeah. So this was a very good game, entertaining. I went back and watched it all actually after it was done because it was just a good game. So I went back and watched it late night the other day. Wait, what's today? Monday? It would have been last night then. Yeah, so Crystal Palace 2, Liverpool 1. Big win. And get ya, your defense is in trouble. Versus show his class. We are giving him time. All right, I hope I get impatient. You know. They say happy, me too. I don't watch the game, but look like Palace should have scored at least 5. Bro, when I time them, I was like, yo, Allison might be the best in the world, you know. Might be. Everybody I talk about Donnarumma, I call them win the PSG win it. You know, Allison different. 1v1, man, they a legend. Verse need to drop for them. Yeah, Skull, I would do that, to be honest. I don't know, Gakpo, you'd have to really take away Gakpo game. Because Gakpo do what him the last year consistently, win whole heap of game for Liverpool. And a slot boy, Dutch colleague, 5-0. I say get him in the Carabao Cup versus show his class or giving him time. I hope when I give him. Yeah, you think so, exactly. I think so. Verts acquisition. Ever. See what you did there? Yes, I think so. Wait until tomorrow. Okay. Liverpool get many extra time goals. No, it went the other way. Brother, when it went 1-1 with KSI, you know, I just know Liverpool are gonna score the next one. You know, I know, you know. But I was wrong. It's not 100. I just not clicking with that squad yet. I think he looks a little bit off the pace physically too. Because even like things that don't have nothing to do with your teammates, you just have the ball and like just the sharpness of how you move the ball around and manipulate it. I'm not sharp. I'm just not sharp. Maybe he's not like when I say 100, you know, I wasn't necessarily meaning injury wise, you know. I was just meaning like sharpness, you know, like this guy plays so instinctive and right now it don't look well. And you know, you're right, you know, I had one, you know, because a part of why I'm not playing instinctively is because I'm trying to figure out more and make sure I'm under the right thing as well. So yeah, you could be spot on there when I really think about it. And actually when I start to answer the question, that's when I realize, yeah, you're onto something there. Isak need preseason training. Yeah, we are playing tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Before I leave, thanks. I didn't want to actually show the Europe games, you know, Champions League games before we go. So thank you for reminding me. Good goal by the ex-Arsenal player. Exactly. 1v1 Allison is no doubt the best. Yeah, man, he's ridiculous. Liverpool keeper saved them from the get about 6. We never conceded 6 goals. We put 6 past our opponents. We don't do it as yet. The Salah get the assist for the case of goal. The handball. Or was that the same play? I don't. Did he? He get a Let me see. Trying to think. Did he get a? I don't know. What if I find Salah? I'm not in my team again. All right, let me do that. Let me check that. I'm not sure though. I don't think so. In fantasy, maybe, but I know definitely nothing like the the stats itself. But yeah, spent all this time talking about Liverpool. Let me show some respect. You see, Oliver Glasner, as I said earlier on, this man of the players them knowing exactly what they want to do. Mateta deserves some chop with a dull machete because he got so many opportunities and he kept doing the wrong decision. One time he should have slipped it into the middle or tap it, he never do it. Next time he might try pass it, the pass wasn't on. He now finished the 1v1. So Mateta let me down, star, because it really could have been a hiding, you know. I don't know, like Jordan said, if it would have reached the 6, but Easily it could have been 3-love. Easy, 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 easy. And but Liverpool had their moments as well. So it was a back and forth game, to be honest. Mateta is too good. Bro, the man should have played better. He should have scored. Glass of system is what Amarim dreams to do. Yeah, so Chile, this is the most hilarious thing about the whole Amarim situation. Everybody are blame the system. And I was trying to tell somebody this the other day when we were having a conversation that this 3-4-2-1 thing, is like an en vogue thing, like a lot of coaches in Europe and around the place using it, and not losing with it either, just using it better than this coach is using his, to be honest. So yeah, I think it's a 50-50 thing. I think the Man U players are just garbage too. A lot of them that play. Obviously in the context of the Premier League, because they're not garbage players because they wouldn't have made it. But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I was excited for Palace when they used the Eze money and get Pino, because I think Pino is a good player. I think he just need to get a goal, and you might see like a little streak. But as somebody said earlier on, Ismail Assar always score on Liverpool. He never disappoint this week at all. And I have to give a big shout out to Adam Wharton. Cheese and peas. Adam Wharton had some plays in this game that were unreal. Some little mazy dribble, some diagonal right on the man's foot with pace, direct. Yo, good baller. Very, very good baller. Gonna be interesting to see how long Palace can hold on to him, because I think everybody going to be after him. I think Tuchel going to pick him in this window as well that's coming up, because yeah, he should definitely be in the mix. Adam Wharton, good player, like the player, But yeah, Crystal Palace still unbeaten. Knocked one of the other unbeaten's off the perch with this one. So big statement there from Crystal Palace and Oliver Glasner, threatening to walk if certain things never change. And in the end, he never left, and I think he's probably happy that he made that decision now, because yeah, they're sitting pretty right now. But yeah, they pulled a big scalp there, and a lot of the league thanked him, especially the chasers. So Crystal Palace got the job done, people. So the first three fixtures were great. Man U, Chelsea, Liverpool all lose. Perfect. Leeds and Bournemouth was a 2-all game. And for me personally, Antoine Semenyo, man, they're general, legend. Every time in a fantasy, Antoine Semenyo, half a day in my team. Semenyo score a free kick, and I know me not understand how it's scoring up people. Them put the man behind the wall to lie down. I still don't understand how Semenyo kick the ball low and it avoid that person. I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Bless up float, what go on? Whole game I cuss him. Fuck. All neighbors them look palm and I said, yeah, bro, if I'm a Teta you talk about, trust me, him deserve the cussing. Think he will get sacked somehow. Mark staying at Palace is a gem too. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. I don't know how much Mark had to do with that, but that was big for them. And he's so professional, it don't even matter. Like, the man still have the arm, man, still a go hard, still a play hard. Ruben will get sacked by Man United very soon. Boy, them now want to pay the extra money, brother. Radcliffe cheap, man. Maybe November 1st at midnight. England don't normally produce players like Wharton. No, he's a different type of player. But all right, to be fair, at Chile, I don't know if you notice, but England producing more and more players that kind of play like that. Like when you look at the players, the younger players, Maybe not someone that plays so deep in the midfield though. Like most of the time they're higher up the pitch. Mark should have joined us. He would have helped us beat Palace, but he decided to stay at Sellers Park. Yeah, man, to beat you. Poetic justice. Right now, Arsenal should sign him in January or in a summer. I swear he's a good player. Yeah, man, a good baller, man. A good baller, man. I remember you asked me, Scully never did ask me about him in the summer, man. Or even when the season had done last year, would I take him? I'm saying, yeah, bro, he can forward. I had one I did with love. Yeah, man, I know, man. They ask about him, man. And them time they might tell us, Shirky. Shirky, me thing that. Ah. But so many are different still. So many will bring a different thing than Cherokee for sure. Man, they bring the power. Yo, this man play forward, and the man get defensive contribution in a fantasy, Not even 1, 2 point. The man get extra. So blow. Yo, you want to show every Jamaican baller footage of Semenyo play. Bro, if Semenyo forward, Arsenal, we go drop on the left leg. Problems. All right, but Leeds drew the game with Bournemouth. Based on the position of Bournemouth, they might be disappointed, but I think Leeds is proving that Ellen Road is not going to be the easiest place. They did fall to a goal from Semenyo, the free kick I was talking about, and Road and equalized from a set piece. And then Sean Longstaff scored a wicked volley outside of the boot, curling the inside of the post and went in. Mad goal. And then the equalizer really super late. They left it late. They left it really late, and it was Krupi off the bench, getting a goal. Senesi with the flicker on the header for the assist. We rate that. Yeah, man. But yeah, Bournemouth drawing again with Leeds. This was something that plagued them last year. Draw, 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 draw. I think Arteta and Areola were, I think I want to say Bournemouth had the most draws, second most draws, but could be wrong. I know they had a lot though. But yeah, it's the same old sometimes with them. I just feel like I don't know if it's a concentration thing or what it is, but Brentford is one of the, I mean, not Brentford. Bournemouth is one of those teams. When they're on it and they're on top in a game, they need to score because there's going to be spells and sometimes long ones where they're not doing everything that they could or should be doing. And a lot of times they give up openings in those times. So that's really what happened in this game. Leeds had a couple of good spells. They were a bit more ready to finish off their chances in those spells. And I thought Bournemouth, was firing some blanks at times. Even though I think they did play decent in the game. But it's just no consistency, not long enough stretches of time. You see, Leeds had the high expected goals, they created more big chances. Um, so when you really analyze the stats, it's almost as if Bournemouth got away with a point, even though they were the ones to score the last goal, which, last minute goal like that, I think you have to consider it sealing a point. Maybe not 2 points dropped, but a point gained. Yeah, so Leeds doing well. We're going to look at the table in just a minute because, I have to give credit to the promoted teams that doing their thing in this Premier League, something that maybe people did not predict to happen. All right, so Leeds and Bournemouth, they split the spoils 2-2 all. Then we have Man City and Burnley, Jade and Anthony. Would you like to forward, my friend? I think that's what, 3-5 or something like that. But Jaden Anthony got on the score sheet again, but it was after a brace of own goals. Well, the first one came in the 12th minute. They went into halftime, 1-1 after the Jaden Anthony equalizer. But then the second half, a brace, well, not a brace, but Mateus Nunez, then our own goal, second of the match. Whoever had this guy in fantasy, hopefully benched him against City, because why would you play him against City? But yeah, Erling Haaland got 2 goals in injury time just because, he was like, yo, I want to score as well. And Doku was again very similar to the Arsenal game. Both players actually just kind of unplayable when they get in certain areas. Savinho looks like he's trying to work his way back into the pecking order. We'll see how long that lasts for him. I think this right hand side is something that Pep really want to figure out based on how he keep tinkering with the people that go there. So it's going to be interesting moving forward what he does. Yeah, I think when they have to play a team like Burnley, who they know is going to play, I see them set up in a 5 year. Um, it probably would be better doing what you see on the screen here, where you have, the two quote unquote attacking midfielders. Randers can obviously get around the pitch a bit more, drop deeper if need be. But really, Foden, Doku, Savinho, Haaland, those guys are your attackers. And you might as well play this strong of an attacking lineup when you're playing against this type of defense. It's the games where they're not playing against those defenses, the more even games with teams that maybe are going for the title and or whatever the case is. How is the balance going to look then? Because I would think that one of these attacking players would have to get sacrificed. More than likely, it's not going to be Randa. So, Ford, Savinho, who is the player that's going to, consistently play? That's the reason why for FPL, I'm so torn on the Man City players. Besides Haaland, I don't know who for really go for. Because they ain't really keeping clean sheets either. There's no reason to run down any defenders. But yeah, this was a crazy game in terms of the goals. It got way worse. It was 3-1. Looked like it was petering out to the end, but Haaland on the pitch, Doku on the pitch, them don't really care about score. Them just a try score. And Doku set up Haaland nicely before Haaland got through on a comedy of errors from the two defenders just to make matters worse. I think Esteve was involved in that one as well. So yeah, it was a tough day for him for sure. And Erling Haaland got him an assist and a goal for his troubles. So, and 2 goals, sorry, for his troubles. So, yeah, we're gonna see if that meant anything. But Man City, look, they played at the Etihad against Burnley, promoted team, but not one that's usually easy to break down. But they did their thing. 5 big chances created, held them to only 0.41 in terms of their XG. But yeah, they were just City was in the mood. They played well. That ultra attacking lineup made sense because, like I said, Burnley was always gonna be bunkered down in some kind of low block, not even a mid block, probably a straight up low block. Not wanting to put any space in behind for anybody. So yeah, Man City dispatched them no problem. It was tight for a little while, but Burnley just didn't offer enough of a threat, I thought, to really make Man City sweat or anything. Some news out of this camp that's worrying for City fans. Um, there was no Rodri, not even on the bench for this one, and complained about some pain in his knee, and it is the same one. So hopefully that's not bad for him. But the gunner side of me is like, I don't want anybody injured, but that's not like I'm going to, you know, yeah, I won't harp on that. I'm just telling you what I heard, people. Sign him and dash for everybody else, clone Mark. Yeah, man, Leeds are going, man. Leeds are going. And to be fair, Burnley get this 5-1, but them are going decent too. And of course, Sunderland is the best right now out of all of them. Crazy stats is that only Haaland have the most goals for City. And Burnley guy with the second most with 2. Savinho for Bernardo is what Pep will do. Yeah, man, Rodri knee and the same knee. That are the worst part. Well, neither one would be good. 'Cause I know one the other knee mash up either. But still, unpopular opinion, Silva is done. Think so? I say my diaper Neil with him. Hopefully he doesn't get called up for Spain and gets to heal over international break. Yeah, I hope him go because me know Zubia play every damn minute, every damn game. Even though Zubi may look like him fit. That's a one thing, like him could have run forever. Alright, so 5-1, Man City dispatched of them. And yeah, like I said, we're gonna see how much I took advantage of that. Alright, so Forest and Sunderland, of course, Forest now under the management of Ange Postecoglou, but he could not do much. He's standing at the touchline. He threw on players. He tried to get back an equalizer, but it wasn't happening. Good set piece routine. Xhaka with the perfect weight on the far post, and Alderete time is run perfectly to get on the end of it and make it 1-0. And the match miraculously stayed there the entire game, even with Forest putting on some mad pressure in that second half. It must be said that this guy, Robin Roos, who I benched in the damn draft leagues I have him in, 6 saves the man make him prevent almost 2 goals by himself. That's a crazy stat. 2 key passes as well from goalkeeper. Yeah, man, he had a worldly game, man. Robin Roos. Yep. But yeah, Xhaka doing his thing again in the midfield, pulling the strings. Alderete Marshall in the backline. Mukiele was a good piece of business as well. Experienced player, not in the Prem, but experienced internationally and in other top 5 leagues. But yeah, this game, them can just thank them goalkeeper because Nottingham Forest was peppering them and somehow couldn't get a goal. But Sunderland had the bigger chances. You see the expected goals edge to the hosts. Double them up in shots. Wow. 6-3. 79-42. So Forest crushed them in a lot of things, but not the scoreline, people. Nope. No, sir. All right, so we have Forest, Sunderland, roll on again. Forest in shambles under Ange, boy. Tottenham and Wolves, 1-1. This one was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and Tottenham was about to get booed so loudly off the pitch, but in the 94th minute, Paulinho with pretty much a striker's finish, side foot into the side, basically the widest part of the goal. Brilliant goal. Santi Bueno had scored in the 54th, very, very scrappy goal. And neither team, I thought, really expressed themselves to the full extent. Just barely hovering around one expected goal for both, one big chance. So yeah, Tottenham and Wolves, this game was played a lot in the midfield. Just both teams not able to, create exactly what they would want. Yeah, Spurs did have the 20 more entries in the game. But Wolves, look, baby steps, Wolves fans. Get a point on the board, That 0 by your name is horrible. Even Pereira, he looks so, not dejected, but it's a little, like, damn, almost had them. But Paulina stepped up, found a goal, very, very good goal. I have to give him the credit for finding the goal at that time because they most definitely needed it. Yeah, man, he played well, man. But man, carbon copy, like even Foden rebound is him. Yeah, man, trust me. Doku will move away right now. Spurs really shameless, man. Tell you. Spurs is very, very shameless. But yeah, 1-1. Not the best of results for them, if you're being honest. I haven't even watched expressions crash out, because I know him crash out for that 1-1, 1-1, Yeah, man, I forgot find it, man. But yeah, this was the lineups, people. As you can see, the attack for Tottenham just didn't turn up. Just didn't have a good game at all. But yeah, Wolves got a point. I guess that's the headline. Or should it be Spursy again? Yeah, man. Them just have points I give away people, So, Wolves, take a point, man. You need it. Yeah, João Paulinho, yeah. Man, I thought the Champions League was won. Or the World Cup. Something. I wonder if them will drug test him after that. And man, look how weird, brother, the man hype. So Spurs go in the wrong direction. 1-1 this one finish in front of the home fans. Unacceptable against the last place team, to me. All right, so Sunday morning kicked off with Aston Villa taking on Fulham. And you're reading that right, people. Aston Villa found a way to score 3 goals in one game. Jimenez put Fulham ahead by a nice near post corner routine, flick to the far post. But he did get an elbow to the side, it looked like, for his troubles, and he tried to push on, but had to be subbed. They were without Muniz, who pulled out in the pre-game, I think. And so they had to turn to a makeshift striker, and they brought on Adama Traore to try that role. And, a couple of times he held the ball up, but, man, he's so frustrating. That guy is very frustrating to watch. Adama Traore. And he must be frustrating to play with because it will be kept on getting frustrated with the monster. Like, bro, just pass the ball, please. But yeah, Fulham went up. Looked like it was gonna be curtains again for Villa. But kudos to them, they fought back, they got back in the game, and eventually they were able to equalize through Watkins. Went direct to Dini over the top, and it was badly misjudged by Anderson, and he flicked it over the keeper. So it was game on, 1-1 at halftime. And then when they came out for the second half, Aston Villa just had the crowd behind them. They had a few half chances, and then once McGinn took that shot in the 49th, it looked like the place was going to explode. And then when Buendia made it 3-1, then, yeah, man, it was just smooth sailing after that for them, for the most part. So, yeah, Buendia came on at halftime for Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott was disappointing. I was expecting him to do more in the game, but it wasn't meant to be for him that day. It wasn't the best of days. And they had the injury to Mings probably threw off everything. Maybe would have get a game otherwise. But yeah, would have Utah. Bradley Burrows. Position in play. 17, Damn. People are getting so young, bro. But yeah, Aston Villa find it 3-1. Is this just a blip, or is Aston Villa going to turn some kind of corner now? We're not really sure. Did Villa buy him or he's on loan? I thought they bought him, I thought they bought him outright. But let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. No, you're damn right. They would not sell him. Villa don't have no money. What the hell them would have buy him? What was I thinking? Yeah, him go right back to Liverpool. I'm surprised them loan him. But I guess the coach want him get some chance for real. But if him can't force him win another team, then something wrong, because I'm not sold by Evan Gesson as a wide player. Feel like he should be playing up front. And Rogers been a shell of himself. He gets an assist in this game, but he never looks so good in this game at all. At all. But yeah, Fulham, I think King, the youngster King, the man just couldn't get any luck in that first half, to be honest, man. He took a shot, and Cash blocked it with like his elbow, but they deemed it to be a natural position where his elbow was or everything. But looked like he was making himself a little bigger. Kind of knew what he was doing, but it wasn't given, right? And that's important because the next game we're going to talk about have some important decisions to discuss. But yeah, Aston Villa. My question is like, is this significant? Does this matter that much? I think the fans were getting on them a bit harsh in that first half until Watkins scored, and then second half, like I said, they came out on fire, and they found the two goals that made it pretty much comfortable from then. Fulham did try, but Martinez did his thing a couple times, and before you know it, the game was over 3-1 to Aston Villa. So Marco Silva, he probably feels like everybody's against him sometimes. His team seems to never get any other calls. But yeah, I think Fulham, the main problem for them was just, not having Muniz or Jimenez available. I think it really messed them up, but not taking anything away from Villa. They played better, and Emery just need to find the consistency now because I think that's been lacking for them, This result save your predictions. For real. It definitely did do something good for you, for sure. All right, Aston Villa 3, Fulham 1. So Villa get the first win of the season, of the Premier League, I should say. And then Newcastle versus Arsenal, people. Nick Voltemade, the big giant German brother, scored in the 34th minute. Poor from Gabriel Star. We soon talk about that. 84th minute, Mikel Merino off the bench to score. Gabriel Magalhaes scores after a player off the bench provides the assist from the corner, Martin Odegaard. But that Gabriel Magalhaes goal made me go crazy. I wish I should have been on camera then, But 96-minute winner, love to see it. St. James Park, Gabriel loved the foolishness, shushing the crowd for the equalizer, going mad. But yeah, I think Arsenal, look, people are going to say, oh, you just said that. Arsenal, to me, deserve the win. Like, they deserve the win. They played better to me. They played better. They had more possession, more expected goals, more big chances, more shots, less saves. you know, we had less yellow cards. 7 shots on target to 3. Hit the woodwork once. I think was that Trossard? Yeah, Trossard gateway and slap the near post. Where is it? This one. Just put it far post, him scoring, man. Anyway, 2-1. Bunch of stuff happened in this game though. So first call, first thing. Terrible, 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 terrible mistake on the back line. Trying to remember which player it was for Newcastle. Was it Livramento? I think it was, I think it was Livramento trying to play back to the keeper. Left it short. Gyökeres gets a touch on it. Ball goes out to the left side. And then they collide. Gyökeres goes down. Referee stands, pauses, points to the spot. Boom, penalty. Now the VAR up in the booth is consulting with him saying, listen, I think you need to go have a look at this on the monitor. Now normally, whenever the want to go look at something, obviously the verdict is going to probably be the opposite of what happened, right? So telling you I need these phone records, it would be much better. But anyway, they're having a conversation and it's decided that and these are the words of the referee, that it's there's no foul. The goalkeeper Pope got a touch on the ball before the contact with the player. So I was a bit confused because when last week, I think it was when Chelsea played Manu and the Mbumo Sanchez thing happened. Sanchez got the ball, some of the ball. He took out the player, of course, but he got some of the ball. So why is the interpretation any different? Right? So look, when I saw the play, because of the touch, and it was a faint touch, but Pope did get his foot to the ball. After Gyökeres touched it, I might add, but that doesn't necessarily mean it should have to be a penalty. I heard who's the guy's name? I think his name is Dermot Gallagher. I heard him talking about it. And he basically said the reason why he wouldn't give it as a penalty is because the foot gets a touch, and also it's not out, there's no follow through action. His leg is just planted, right? But I don't know. I was okay in real time, and even up to now, obviously we won, so I'm more okay about it. But yeah, I was okay with the no call in the moment of the game. And then for their goal, short corner routine, and it really pissed me off because rule number one, when you have a player short to the ball, there has to be a secondary player for when that player that's taking the corner enters the field of play. You have to have two persons kind of paying attention there. And it was just too easy for Tonali to pass it in, get the return pass, and whip it into Voldemort. It was too easy. And he used Gabriel in front of him for some leverage. I just leaned on him a bit, and Gabriel went down theatrically wanting a foul and this and that. But I hope that Arteta shows that film and it's like, bro, I mean, yes, we want a competitive advantage, but this is madness. You're right, actually, it was Murphy. May they blame Livramento. I say, I have to watch it black. Bro, you should see me. People think we win the lottery. Yeah, man, a good match, man. Bless up on Roy. Why? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. The ref and VAR is Liverpool fans. That's why. Jeez. Yeah, and I knew that Gillett is. I heard that before, but I never know the VAR man too. That double situation. Well, them try everything, brother. None of it never work. We still win. So them for good. But yeah, Gabriel goes down way too easy for their goal. I hope Arteta talk to him about that one day. That's not it. But yeah, they took the lead, basically against the run of play. They had a decent little spell early in the game, but when they scored, Arsenal was definitely on top. And in the second half, kudos to Arsenal. They just went for it. A lot of the things we criticized Arteta about it, he rectified. As they played the 10, and it was a true 10. Because Rice and Zubimendi, to me, Rice was playing deeper in this game than he has been. He wasn't playing the box to box type of thing. As a matter of fact, a lot of time in the build out phase, Rice was splitting the defenders or just getting the ball right off of them here with Zubimendi a little more advanced. So that was an interesting little tweak by Arteta. But I think the main goal was to have as a freer. Let's not confine him to the left channel. If he's here, he can make his own decisions on where to go. Give him that freedom. But Mosquera was another big call by the coach, and I got to say, he had a stinker in the first game. Maybe everybody's saying how great he is, get to him head. I don't know, but it was terrible, man. He just had a bad day. Just had a terrible day. So Saliba came in right at halftime, and a part of me was like, damn, you killed the youth confidence and this and that. But we can't really think about that in these title race type of things. I know it's not a race yet, but when you're going for the title, you can't be thinking about all them foolishness then. You just have to think, what's going to be the best set of players that get me this game. And clearly, it just wasn't his day. He was off, he was slow, making mistakes. It was from his mistake that the corner happened that Voldemort scored from. So it just wasn't a good day for him. And I thought that was genius to bring on Saliba right away. Just boom. let the other team know, yeah, Saliba playing now, okay? And just kind of calm down everything. And it was getting more nerve-wracking by the minute, but he made a big call, taking off Calafiori, bringing on Marino, who eventually scores. At this point, he was basically telling Trossard to back up and play left back, basically, but kinda. And then Martinelli came on for Saka. Definitely were surprised when we saw that one, but remembering the injury stuff that's going on, it makes perfect sense. Odegaard came on in 82nd minute, and I don't think it's a coincidence that we scored in the 84th. Or we scored 2 goals after that because Odegaard was pulling the strings. He had one pass in particular to Miles. It was beautiful, man. People are stretching, just can't reach the ball. But yeah, man, this was a wicked, wicked, wicked win. Wicked win for Arsenal. 2-1. Let me show you guys the stats from the game. 4 big chance to 1, 20 shots to 8. See the yellow cards, the passes attempted. 73. I think we already did this, didn't we? Big chance miss. Final third entries, Arsenal had that 63 to 46. So yeah, all in all, man, it was a great performance. I thought even Eddie Howe was gracious in defeat, saying that boy, Arsenal, probably was the better team. It still hurts to lose in that manner, but it's not like we got more than we deserved on the day. We did play well. So I appreciate him for at least speaking the truth. Some coach don't do that after games. And I think it's to the detriment of them own team, if you ask me. So yeah, Saliba came on, boom bang. So the first incident was the Gyökeres incident. Then, before Gabriel Magalhaes scored, I believe, or was it after? I think it might have been after. They had a check on a Gabriel slide tackle, and his hand was literally straight up in the air when the ball was crossed. So in real time, it's obvious, like boom, stonewall. Now it was very, very close, so proximity is a factor. And also, yeah, proximity is a factor. And also, not just proximity, but does it hit any other part of your body before hitting your hand? And I think people may not have noticed that. And that slide tackle, the ball directly hits his foot or shin or wherever the case is, and it ricochets up to his hand. So I think that would negate, based on how the rule is written, the chance for that to even be called as a penalty. So yeah, if somebody can challenge me on that, great. But I feel like what I'm saying is correct for sure. 5.8 in back-to-back games. He was better this game, in my opinion, though. Yeah. So yeah, the Gyökeres 5.8 is a puzzling one to me because I thought he actually played well. Maybe it's that look at this. Man tried what? 3, 5, 6 different shots, one on target. Didn't miss a big chance or anything. That his hold-up play was better. He lost a lot of duels, so maybe that's why his score is so low. 62% accuracy, but 2 key pass, yeah. So he didn't have a big chance. As far as I know. Let me see. Well, 5.8 looks ugly. Looks real ugly, but the attackers never really going with nothing. And the bench man, them come save the day. Or the impact players. I don't know if McLaren teach him now and then. But yeah, huge, brother, huge win. Huge win. Arteta, big up your damn self because all the sub them, 2 sub early. Oh, the God, get in there. Not too early, but good timing. And then Skelly come on and play solid too. Man, go feet, go feet, go feet, go feet. Pure attacking, bare attacking. And then say, you know what? I've only attack up on the field. Let's balance it again. Put my Skelly just in case. Yeah, but with Gordon having God never injured too. No, just load management probably. Livermental injury. Hopefully not serious for him. He's been regular in England lineups lately, so it'll be a blow. Yeah, 2-1 to the Arsenal, man. Set piece FC. First one a short corner, second one directly in. Yeah, good, very good goal for sure. But Arsenal pulled it out, man. The weakest team with the weakest mentality. Somehow them go St. James Park and do it. Yeah, impact finisher. Yeah, finisher. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's rough. I think as I said, the duels kind of was like 1 for 9 aerial duels and like 2 for 5 ground duels, something like that. So that's the only thing we see really. And in passing accuracy kind of low, but not 5.8. Yeah, no, last week I don't think he did anything of note. Isak suit Arsenal better, and Victor to Liverpool suit Salah better. I just was happy him look very like him look faster this game. I don't know. I guess he was really slow. Can look faster this game. Never look fast, Just look faster this game. But Newcastle Arsenal, that was the last game Sunday, and then today, 1-1. This one ended Michael Keane with a wicked header, and then Jared scored all the time. Boyne put in a goal in the 65th minute for Nuno's first match in charge to be a draw against David Moyes at the Everton Stadium, right? So these are the teams that started the game. Yellow cards galore in this one. Count 7 on the page right here. Yeah, so neither coach made a sub. Wait, what am I saying? Oh, okay, yeah, of course they did. All right, yeah, so Everton took the lead. Keane, basically the second phase of a set play of a corner. Garner proving to be talented with his delivery, for sure. Wait, is Garner English or he come from Scotland or where he come from? England? Yo, this guy should have been at Man U for Man U right now. I definitely start. Yeah, but West Ham looked like they needed a half to kind of, come to grips with reality that yeah, they have a new manager and it not going the greatest. That second half was a lot more urgency. And there were spells when it looked like West Ham might even nick the two. But in the end, I think both teams probably say we'll take the point. That's exactly what happened in this one. So start of the game, West Ham did have the more expected goals. They did create a big chance as well. But more shots on target to Everton. So a little more clinical with the shooting. But yeah, I think this game was good value for it to end here. The final third entries, the shots on target, most things are just very, very tight in terms of statistics. Expected goals, West Ham with an advantage there, but not a huge one, decent enough, but not huge. So yeah, this game right here, they just shared the spoils, 1-1. Of the two, you could tell that Moyes was the more disappointed one. But yeah, you'll find that Nuno doesn't get, if you don't know already, he doesn't get too high up or too low. Quite even keel. I think that's something that West Ham need right now, because it's still going to be ups and downs for them. But I think he'll always just have that look of, yeah, no problem, guys. We'll figure it out. I think they need some of that right now. Potter used to look like somebody was after him sometimes, some of him expressions and what him do. No. So yeah, Everton draw with West Ham people. Nuno starts out with a point. All right, so people, let's move on right now And if you haven't already, people, please do smash up the like button. We're getting close to the big reveal for the week and see how people did with their predictions, right? But before we get there, let me pull up the table for the Premier League as it stands, because we had quite a bit of movement based on the results. So I just want to make you aware before we move on of the table, and then we'll give you the prediction table. All right, so here is the relegation zone. We have Wolves, West Ham United, and Burnley. So you see the point tally right there. So 4 points apiece for Burnley and West Ham. And they are in 19th and 18th. Then we're moving to 17th to have Nottingham Forest after their Cinderella season last year. They're down there, right down there in the relegation fight. Of course, it's early days yet, but Forest going to have to figure out how to start getting some better results. Then we have Aston Villa gone up to 6 points now with their win. It was their first win of the season as well. They're in 16th position. 15th position is Newcastle United. It's a strange one, really, because you would think that they would be, a little bit higher up, with higher than 6 points so far, but 3 wins, sorry. Yeah, 1 win, 3 draws, 2 losses. That's how they got to their 6 points. Manchester United on 7 points as of right now. 2 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses to get to their 7 points. Brentford also on 7, better goal difference. Then we move into 12th position. Here is Leeds. Only the second promoted team that we see on this list right now. So as I said, they're doing their thing. 1 in 12th, 1 in 19th, and then we soon reveal where the third, Sunderland, is. Leeds though on 8 points, tied with Fulham, tied with Brighton and Hove and Everton, all on 8 points, as well as Chelsea. So a lot of teams on 8 points, of course, separated by goal difference right now. Chelsea has +3, which is superior to all the other teams on 8 points. Then we move into the 7th position, that is Manchester City. They jump up to 10 points after their win over Burnley. Bournemouth dropped down to 6th position on 11 points, +1 goal difference. And look at Sunderland, 11 points for them, +3 goal difference, puts them all the way up to 5th. The season were to end right now, Sunderland will be playing in Europe in the Europa League. Tottenham Hotspur, 11 points as well as Sunderland, but a +7 goal difference for them. Then we have Crystal Palace in third after their second win on the bounce. They get up to 12 points now, as I said, undefeated with 3 wins and 3 draws. Arsenal in with 13 points right now, +9 goal difference for them. Yeah, it's been 2 wins on the bounce. I lost to Liverpool. They were 1, drew, and 1. And then Liverpool had 5 wins until this weekend, or this past weekend, where they fell at the hands of Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park to be on 15 points and in first place with a trip to the bridge forwarding up this weekend. Should be a cracker. All right, so let's get now into the business of doing our reveal now for the weekly predictions. See who did their thing from who didn't, right? All right, so you don't know, there's a lot of people playing these days, so I can't really put every single person on the screen in terms of who played. So I've narrowed it down this season to about 4 or 5. So the top top 3 to 4 to 5 basically, as long as the the records pan out and whatnot. So this right here, people, is the prediction winner and the top predictors of the week. It was a tough week. If you know anything about football, when you're predicting these things, you want to base it off of form, you want to base it off of sometimes who is at home and this and that. But you could throw all that form stuff out the window. There was just a lot of madness going on, and we were here for it, of course, but it was madness. All right, so let me show you guys the table, and the winner for this week's league table is Joseph Brown, my traveling brethren. Don't know what part of the globe he's on right now, but big up yourself anyway there, Joseph. You basically are on a streak, my brother. You won week 5, and you turn around and win week 6 with the dirty stinking 5 and 5. We're not even good, but hey, you have to play who's in front of you, them saying. Float management, 4 and 6 with 1 correct score. He did correctly predict Brentford to chop off United's head 2-1. Then he had 4 and 6 Hot Chili, and 4 and 6 I had 1. So not the best week for any of us really, but compared to your opponents this week, you guys did the best. So pat yourselves on the back for that one. And once again, big up yourself. Anyway, the Joseph Brown, you are again the champion for the predictions for this week. All right. Now, moving right along to probably what you guys enjoy more than even the first one. And this, of course, is the donkey of the week. Now, how we select this is the worst record for the week in all the picks that you have made. And people were running a competition this week for this. And I'm going to reveal those people now. We have 3 donkeys this week, people. 3. So we have no grass left. All right. So big up each and every one of you who played as well again. And big up even to these donkeys. But sorry, we have to let the world know who you are. So 1, 2, 3. Big up to Biggs G, Fitzroy, Grizzle, and Nitro. Sad to say, you all are donkeys of the week. Yes, people, they picked the worst out of everybody. Nobody went 1 and 9, but these 3 did happen to go 2 and 8. So hopefully, as a collective, we can make some much better picks next week, because this week was a struggle. Believe me. So hold on there. Yes, people. So next thing I want to do is take a look at the, why did I get rid of this thing? I don't know. Let's take a look at the fantasy, what's going on there. So let me show you guys the draft leagues first. What the heck? All right, so it looks like I took a L in the freaking game I played. Miss Melina passed me on the last day. The whole week, me I beat her, the whole weekend, So I'm going 3 wins and 3 losses in a league. Miss Melina lead the league. So I could have been Crystal Palace for the league, Jaja. 39-38, yo. Masal people, I never even check. Yo. I didn't know Barrier play, and better, But just say, yo, just 2 of them get 1, and at least maybe tie. So true, my side not good, brother. Watch out. This man I do nothing. What me start it for? Better have a start, and then never start this keeper. I start the keeper, then I win everything, man. So yeah, mess up a win there, so. Yakins. But they're all the way down at 6 in this. Go far back me there. Yo, what is wrong with me? 27? Oh, with him, mama. Roofs again. I have the man in every league and don't start him in a one. If you have him in a this to my ball. They are fourth now. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not bad at all. Soon past them boy. Alright, 45 looking better. Rogers. Oh, he take a shot. Ends up doing thing Minte. Sar my dads. Mateta should have about 16.2. And Keller my bench. Jeez, I'm beast. Every keeper will keep good my bench. Why? Alright, so that's draft league, people. Little different from the fantasy traditional. This in the draft leagues, literally, you one have the ball of them. Nobody, everybody can have the ball of them. Why am I have to log into everything? I don't log in already, brother. Ooh, 81 point week. Not bad. Alright, so how the league them go? But they are 7th place in this one. People, about 1 million people in this, 600, I don't know. In the world, we move up 153,000. Not bad. Ooh, all right. So the Fantasy Premier League with me there, My cousin trying his best. Nicholas, back off, no man. T got big up yourself. T got get 76. Wow. But anyway, how am I get the 81 people? Well, I make 2 transfer. That's how the week start out. I transfer in Gakpo for Salah. I'm going to get in Haaland for Evan Nielsen. I had to go in this week with Haaland, people. I was not going to let everybody run by me with this Haaland stuff. So I'm going to go for Haaland, people. That was the first thing. And I'm saying, you know what? Triple captain. And it wasn't looking like the right play until the 98th minute when Haaland just decided to score 2 goals. And it was perfect. Now, the only drawback, I guess, is like pretty much everybody and their mama triple captain Haaland this week. But the thing that made it so sweet for me is I didn't have Haaland before the week started, and I never wild card. So I still have that in my back pocket can use. I have a free hit can still use. So we in good shape. We in good shape. I'll figure out what to do with the rest of the team and the rest of the side. But right now, I might run with this lineup for a little while. Obviously, I'm going to get a 1 transfer this week. I'm done have my money sorted out. What am I going to do? Because I still have Palmer on my bench injured. So I'll probably get rid of him and get another premium midfielder in. And I mean, look, this team ain't bad. Pedro, Gyökeres, Haaland. I'll take it. Add my premium to this. Maybe, pick the striker them based on matchup. Play a 5 midfielder them. Dorgu, obviously, playing minutes. But boy, do you want to play a United defender right now? Probably not. Hoover haven't got no game since him come back from injury. And Poro got a little small time, which was weird. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm winning mine. Let's see. Sports DTM, 11-point lead. That's so. Like T got there in a third everywhere. But this are the one, brother. I want to try win that one yet. Man got 411 a lead. The entity. See there, triple captain Haaland. Enzo. So I have Enzo Salah too. I have Salah and Haaland. So when them weak, then when the 2 of them do something, I have problems. But yeah, big 81 me get. Nah, ramp with people. I feel like. Yeah, man. The first in mine, my sports world one. Can I be decent though? And King of Jamaica. Yeah, man. I'm the king. Ball pre TV. Man, get 88 this week. Wow. Doku and Keller. That will do it. Yeah, so some always I wonder how them people will get the highest in the world. How them actually pick some of them thing and them pick, man. Sense team. The man have Gabriel, Senese, and Alderete, Merino and Rice, Doku Semenyo, and him triple captain. Yo, bro, and imagine the man could have started Jaka or Roofs. Imagine if you do that. Roofs and Jaka for João Pedro or even Konate. Well, João Pedro would make more sense because I have one less. But yeah, that would have been 8, 15 more. Mad thing. Mad thing, mad thing. But this man got 124 with a madness. I don't know how him do that. But yeah, good week in fantasy. At least this one. Draft league, not so much. Was okay. Was terrible in a few, but okay in one. And yeah, we have some more work to do, but like our play this week, I think we'll maximize what we could have do this week without panicking, you know? So we're happy with that. We're happy with that, people. We strategized well. All right, so people, before we let go now, I have about 5 to 10 more minutes. So what I want to do, obviously, we are in a week where the Champions League is back. And so we just want to show, fixtures coming up in these next couple of days. Um, and this will be round 2. Of course, 18 fixtures overall. And they will be played on Tuesday and Wednesday. So no Thursday action this time around, which was a bit weird to me. All right, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Please do smash up the like button, people. Greatly appreciate the support. Anybody watching on the replay, still drop a like on the video. Leave a comment in the comment section. Anything that you saw in the Premier League this week that I never touched on or brought up, let me know in the comment section. We can keep the convo going that way. All right, so this is the table, which is kind of irrelevant after one game, to be honest, but that's the table right now. But yeah, these are the fixtures tomorrow. Atalanta Club Brugge, Kairat versus Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid, after the drubbing they gave Real Madrid, was Frankfurt at the Metropolitano. Then we have Bodo Glimt against Tottenham. Chelsea hosting Benfica. Galatasaray hosting Liverpool. Inter playing host to Slavia Praha. Marseille with a home game facing Ajax, two storied clubs there. And then we have Paphos and Bayern. So those are all the Tuesday games. Now moving into Wednesday, Karabag, Newcastle, they face each other. Arsenal Olympiacos, 3 o'clock on Wednesday. Oh man, I wish it was an earlier game, to be honest, and that would have better for me. But maybe we can do that game there. Monaco and Man City, Barcelona, PSG. Obviously, that one would be probably the most watched game by everyone. Should be a cracker there. A lot of injuries on both teams, though. So, kind of sad that both teams won't be full strength, but it still should be a good game. Leverkusen, PSV, Dortmund, Athletic, Napoli and Sporting, and Villarreal and Juventus. Yep. So it's going to be interesting. Arsenal hosting Olympiacos. Newcastle headed to Belgium, take on a team in form. Gala hosting Liverpool. You see the team of the round last time. Van Dijk, Salah, Rente. Always a doing thing against them, eh? Mendes, Marquinhos, Trincao, Bala, Van Aken, Provod, Vlahovic, and Hurricane, and Geronimo Rulli. So that was SofaScore team of the first round. But yeah, tomorrow and Wednesday should be some very good games. I think Chelsea and Benfica could turn them over, but I'm gonna say draw. Arsenal will beat Olympiacos. Man City will beat Monaco. Newcastle going to Belgium. Ooh, I think that match draw too. Liverpool are gonna beat Galatasaray. Yep, that's what I think. Well, people, you don't know the thing going on. I'm gonna sign out now. Again, I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you lot for participating in the weekly predictions, also participating and staying around to reason the football now. Okay, so we're gonna give a refresher because some people weren't here for the reveal. So this is the champions or champion Joseph Brown going back to back. Won last week in week 5 and wins again this week. It was very tough week for the picks, boy. Only one person get 5, and they were the champs. Now, donkey of the week. This was really a tough one. People battling it out. But in the end, 3 had to share the title. So we have 3 donkeys now among us. Biggs G, Fitzroy, Grizzle, and Nitro. Sorry it had to be you guys, but somebody had to win this or lose. I don't even know what you call it. You call this winning or losing? I'm not sure. But yeah, we're gonna need more grass on the farm because we have 3 donkeys and not 1. So I don't know if the grass can keep up with the amount of donkeys, It's gonna be tough. Float say, what was my Gunners prediction? Thought it was 2-1 Gunners. Float, your Gunners prediction was actually 1-0. You went 1-0. Yeah, I had one. You're not the donkey this week at all. At all. You're actually close to winning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Take him off of my land, please. My land, the grass, I run out, Too much donkey. Made a plan for 1 donkey per week. And every week, I don't want 3, 4 donkey per my land. A grace. So yeah, man, take them off of my land and take them please to your parts, your place. So my grass can get like a preserve, We need preservation. We need to last the season, man. Look how the grass green and nice. All right, people. So yeah, man. Big up to each and every one of you that took part. We greatly appreciate the support and the participation. It make it nicer. We can reveal and everybody see who I get donkey from who I win. Yeah, man, just another thing to banter about. But again, to close out the show, I just want to say everybody that's here, if you're a team that you support got 3 points, please I can't hear you all say it. So just put it in the comment section. 3. Archie. Or can even put one of these. Yep, I can say it, people. Can you? Until next time, I'm Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. Let me hear you say 3. Come on, you Gooners.